Okay. And we are back for the 5th round of the Demonic Tournament Commander here in Rouen. I'm Tolki with Julien Henry, alias Lizard, a pretty famous French EDH player who is here doing the color commentating with me, and we'll be moving on to the game.
So here we go. We have Prosh against Geist of Sundraft. So we have Maxence, who is a very famous Geist player, like really playing Geist since a very long time, tuning it and playing it in all the big tournaments when he plays.
Yeah, I came with him yesterday and told me I started playing Geist when he was printed. As the day he was printed, I played Geist and I never stopped
Well,
until
that's
from there.
That's now quite a bit of time. And on the other side we have Benjamin Perrier, who has with a combo aficionado. I know that he really likes to play janky combo decks, and he played a while Kagemaru first to suffer, I believe. Some unplayable rare from Kamigawa, which was a mono black combo deck. Pretty sweet one, actually, not that bad, but today he's playing Prosh, which is a more regular combo deck, but not as... I don't know what version he's playing. Fruit Chain got banned recently, so you don't have the free wins that you used to have with the card that made an infinite amount of token and mana with Prosh. But still a pretty good deck, and you have many ways to kill with the tokens from Prosh. So
yeah, I'm posting the standings after round 8 if people are curious about who is at the top. We don't have the commanders next to the names, we just have the player names, so we're doing it step by step, but we have the standings posted now in the chat and on MtG Salvation if you're curious about it.
Okay, so Benjamin led with Kingdom Elves, which was pretty good, but Maxence had the counterspell for the Silver Library on turn 2 and followed up by Geist of Sundraft.
Are you sure you got the counterspell? I don't see any counterspell anywhere, and I think it's on the battlefield.
Yeah, okay.
There is a Southern Library here, and it's gonna be pretty annoying for Maxence to handle. So Library pretty much tells you see 3 cards a turn, and if you get to shuffle, you'll see a lot of cards during the game.
Yeah, especially since he has a fetch, but yeah, there was a Prosh just above it, so for some reason I thought it was a graveyard, but okay, sure, that makes sense. There is no counterspell in Maxence's graveyard, so I believe it's in play.
It looks like he has a Southern Library, so we've seen Southern Library in every green deck until now, and always onto 2 or 3.
Well, I've been famous for not playing Southern Library in some of my green deck, especially Marat, and some people have said it was
crazy.
Yeah, but I don't think it is crazy. The card is definitely very good, but it's not because you have 30 lives that paying 4-8 life is free, and some decks just already use their life total as a resource, and having an extra way to lose life is not good. So Maxence is doing a decent job of tempoing out Benjamin. He just used Into the Roll to bounce one of the elves. So let's see if Benjamin can punish him with a big play this turn. Bouncing the elf stopped him from having 6 mana and casting Prosh would have been great. But if he has a powerful 5-drop, well, this can turn around quickly because Maxence probably doesn't have any answer to it unless he has Force of Will. But there is only one.
There can only be one. That's the motto of Commander, right? It's a Highlander format.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, sometimes with some cards, well, there is not exactly one Lenoir elf, but yeah. Sure.
It doesn't count. So Benjamin is taking 2 of a Blood Crypt. I guess he has a few plays he wants to make this turn. What is the goal of the Prosh deck? It's just it's a Rem deck. Well, does it try to kill with Prosh only?
Mostly, we don't have access to the deck list, but if we can get them we could figure out. It seems that Benjamin just played Besiege the Queen, which is a tutor that is not a great card. So that probably means he's playing a very combo version, and he's probably looking for some way to kill with Prosh. Like once you cast it, you have multiple ways to do that. You can, for example, play Perforos and then cast Prosh twice, and that's lethal.
Okay, so the goal of the Prosh deck is not to attack with Prosh, it's to use the tokens more to do something.
It depends. You really can use both. Like for example, I don't know, but if you play Berserk,
yeah,
and if you
you can kill very fast.
If you sacrifice all the 6 token
from the first cast,
one,
yeah.
That makes 11 power Prosh, and that's 21
22
damage.
Yeah,
well,
22
damage, commander damage, so that lethal in one swing. You have many ways to be lethal in one thing, like not exactly overrun, but some overruns effects to get. So what did he get with?
I didn't see what he did get with the Besiege the Queen, but well,
yes.
he followed it up with a Black Elf and a Birth of Paradise. So yeah, I didn't get to see his hand.
So yes, he has a lot of mana now. So even though Maxence bounced his elf, well, he's down to 16 with Sylvan Library. So that could be a problem, especially if he has something like sort of Fist and Shadow, Famine, or I don't know, Imzawa's GT, some equipment to put on the Geist. One hit won't be enough, but you don't need much more than that.
Yeah, Geist kills very fast, and the fact that Benjamin loses life is very important because Maxence is trying to kill him with normal damage. It's not the commander damage that really matters with Geist.
Yes.
Like the angel doesn't count in it, so the 4 damage of the angel really add up. And when you're at 16 against a deck like Geist that is trying to tempo you out of the game, I think it can get pretty hard. If next turn Benjamin goes for a big turn, like a 6 mana spell, and he gets his counter, it's pretty much over, right?
Well, yes, but Prosh, it's the tokens are triggered when you cast it. So even if you counter Prosh, you still have the tokens. So it depends what kill spells he has in hand. I believe the chat said that he got Survival of the Fittest with the
Besiege the Queen.
Yes, so that's quite slow, and that's probably too late, especially since Maxon just played
unexpectedly absent
to put an elf on top of the library, which really gonna slow him down once again.
Yeah, it will take quite a lot of time for Benjamin to find something else, or he has to pay life with the library to get it. So either way, it slows us Benjamin. Either he pays for life and he is in a really bad spot against Geist, either he doesn't and, well, he was an elf, and Maxence might have a good answer to anything else Benjamin can try to do.
So he has a land, he could play Prosh, he does, and it's a Cavern of Souls, so Prosh would be uncounterable, which is pretty great if Maxence doesn't have a removal.
Oh.
And that could be enough to stabilize.
Yeah, well, he will still take 4 in the air if there is a removal for Prosh.
Yes, but still, like...
Yeah, so Maxence goes in with the Geist. He's not scared.
Yeah, so like, he will deal full damage if Benjamin wants to block the Geist, which is probably what he's going to do. There is not a whole lot that can punish him, and it's probable that Maxence just wanna recast Geist and deal the 4 damage while he can. So Benjamin decided to block the angel, and that was a good play from him because Maxence just played a Supreme Verdict post combat, so he took less damage from doing that, and now the board is kinda stable. Maxence switched gears and is now definitely in control, trying to control the game in the long term instead of killing him fast. He has the Ancestral Vision coming up in 3 turns, and but Benjamin now has time, and he has many powerful cards, even if they are a bit slow in hand, but that's no longer a problem.
Yeah. Well, Maxence can cast Geist if he wants to. He has 5 lands. So he can try to go back on the offensive, but I guess Benjamin will have a few things of his own to do. Especially right now, since Maxence is tapped pretty low. Like, for 1 blue mana, what could he have? Not much.
There is 4 spikes, spell pierce, spell snare. Dispel, I guess. But
yeah, but like for creatures, you don't have many ways to interact with small creatures.
Maybe spell snare would be pretty good if he has survival of the fittest.
Let's see. So how did the elf come back out of the deep shadows?
He got put on back of the library.
Oh yeah, was unexpectedly absent.
Yes.
And yeah, you just replayed it. Last turn it was the Proch
yes.
turn. I see. So Benjamin is really low though. He already took 6 commander damage. So now we have it on the overlay. And survival of the fittest resolved. Benjamin has a very big engine going now. With his survival, he can, well, tutor anything. I guess against a blue deck, that puts you in a pretty good spot. So yeah, the real Fauna Shaman, for those who play Modern, the tutoring, the recursive tutoring is very strong. Survival of the fittest is banned in Legacy, if I recall correctly.
It is.
It would be a bit too strong, a tad bit too strong, and it resolved. So it's a very big engine for Benjamin over the long run, but Maxence will do his best here to just wait until the vision resolve, counter a few stuff, and play Guess Back.
Yes, so sometimes survival is a bit slow, but now that Maxence had to rise the board, then Benjamin has the time. And that's pretty good for him, because he just played a Fecundity, which is great against the control plan. Because now any rise effects makes him draw many cards, and if he is able to recast Proch and sacrifice his token, he will draw many cards as well.
Yeah, he'll pretty much draw his whole deck if he resolves the Proch now. So it's a Bloom Tender? No.
It's a Devoted Druid.
Devoted Druid, ah, yes, the one there.
So Fecundity can be a double-edged sword because it's for both players, but against Gaze of Contrast, that's not much of an issue. Maybe we'll draw 1 card sometimes, but so we gotta dig through time.
Yeah, we can see Maxence with the standard All-Stars. The first card he saw with Dig Through Time was Treasure Cruise, and yeah. I think he took it. I'm not entirely sure.
He only has 1 card in graveyard, so that's quite expensive for Treasure Cruise.
Okay, yeah, I thought he took the first card, but yeah, he already has Ancestral Vision.
I know he took Wrath of God, which he just cast.
And that means Benjamin drove 3 cards.
Yes, that's why, like, Fecundity is so good, is that now Maxence's control plan is not that good. Like, he's probably gonna lose on the long term unless he can get rid of the enchantment. But like, by the enchantment I mean all 3 of them. Like, oh, Sylvan Library, Survival and Fecundity are so great in the long run that, yeah.
So it looks like it didn't resolve yet. Okay, it did. So his opponent draws 3. And now he passes the turn. I guess he might have a counter up. Survival Library triggers resolve Benjamin. Well, it does. It's not a trigger. He draws 3, then he watches. Okay, so it's Benjamin Perry.
Perrier. It's actually a P, but can you change it here?
No, you have to, change it over there on the other side. You can go and do it. Just tell him.
I'll do that. It would be a shame too.
Yeah, to have the wrong name, definitely. So, the Wrath of God killed 3 creatures, the Fecundity made it so Benjamin drew 3 cards, and with 3 cards, and Sylvan Library, which allows him to see 3 other cards, and Survival of the Fittest to shuffle pretty much whenever he wants. I pretty much think Maxence has no way out. Maxence is all about bleeding his opponent out, tempoing him out with his big 6/6 for 3 mana. But it doesn't work when your opponent has such resilient threats as those 3 enchantments. Benjamin just plays a Sakura Tribe Elder and passes the turn.
Well, this is great. Sacred Trivaldo with Fecundity in play. First draw a card, like, how insane is that card?
It's pretty good. Maxence enters with an Elspeth Knight Errant. The jumper.
That is good because that is Benjamin is at 11 from the old game, and Elspeth is one way to get in damage very easily, and yeah, that's good. Yeah, that could kill Benjamin despite him being favorite in the longer run in this board. I believe the Fecundity made him draw Grim Tutor, so he can tutor some solution, but I assume with such a heavy combo version, there are not many ways to deal with Planeswalker directly. Like, I doubt he plays Hero's Downfall, maybe he does. Maybe he can set up a big enough turn that the Elspeth is not going to be a problem and is going to be able to kill his opponent before. Like, he started activating Survival of the Fittest, discarding Reclamation Sage. What is he gonna get? He's pulling up Triskelion. Oh, I see. He's a big fan of the Phyrexian Devourer, Triskelion, and Necroticus combo. And that's exactly what he's gonna get. He's gonna get Phyrexian Devourer, discard it against the Survival of the Fittest, discard Triskelion.
Okay, so if you get
Triskelion, discard it again, get Necrotic Ooze.
So you took Phyrexian Devourer, put it in the graveyard thanks to Survival of the Fittest. So it's in the graveyard, then he gets Triskelion, so he puts everything in his graveyard to have a Necrotic Ooze with exile the top card of your library, put X+1/+1 counter on it, where X is the exiled card mana cost, and Triskelion. It hits, right, with an I. It hits with...
You can remove a counter to deal 1 damage to one target. That's the one ability Necroticus will have that we're interested in. So if he's able to resolve the Necroticus, he wins on the spot. There is nothing Maxence can do. Maybe Trick Bind.
Maybe counter Necroticus, I guess.
But yeah, I mean, if it resolve, like, even a Source to Blusher on the Necroticus wouldn't do anything because it's just dead in response.
Yeah. So he went, searched for the Necrotic Ooze, and I don't think he played it, right?
No, he's waiting. He's thinking about casting a Grim Tutor because that's making him lose 3 life, and he could take 4 damage on the next one. It's unlikely that he dies. Oh, I see Force of Will in Maxon's hand.
Okay.
Wow, that's going to be interesting because I think he's going to get some kind of duress effect, so he has more ways to
interact with the counters. So yeah,
yes.
Currently Benjamin is just focused on resolving the Necrotic Ooze, and to make that safer, he's trying to tutor for protection.
I believe Cavernous Soul is already on the battlefield, otherwise he could just tutor that. And
yeah, but it's on the battlefield and naming dragon, I think, since he casts Brush with
it. I believe I saw it, but where is it?
Maybe it got destroyed by. I think I see a Wasteland.
Oh
here.
yes.
So I think it got Wastelanded.
Okay, so what could he get? If he's playing Petrify Field, that would be interesting because Nexons would be pretty sad with his Force of Will in hand that can't do anything. But I don't know if he plays Petrify Field. That's not a great card, but.
So I didn't really get to see what he searched for.
No, me neither, but I believe...
Well, you don't have to... Yeah, it's a perfect tutor, so you don't have to show anything.
Yes, but... wow, okay.
So Maxos is going for the kill.
Well, it needs something else, like... It's at 7 and is doing...
Oh, yeah, it goes for 5?
6. So 1/1 plus 2 plus 3.
Oh, yeah, plus 3.
So that's 6 damage?
It's not lethal. Technical.
No, that's not... And is... tapping out, so he has Force of Will, but if Benjamin has
Duress plus the Necrotic Ooze.
Well, he has the Necrotic Ooze.
Does he have triple black without pain?
Does, I believe.
I'm not sure.
Bayou, Blood Crypt, and Overgrown Tomb.
Okay, I didn't see the Bayou.
He is below the forest.
Okay.
So, but if he got Thoughtseize, then...
Well, he got hit by a sword, so all the lands of Maxence are untapped.
So he has Force of Will. Does he have another counter spell? I see Blue Sun Zenith.
Maybe we'll have to try a Blue Sun Zenith for something and draw into a counter. Because here we have the Inquisition of Kozilek. He could let it resolve if he has Force of Will, right?
Yes, I guess he could. Well, that's interesting.
If his interaction is Force of Will, he can...
Condescend.
Oh, starts with a Condescend for 5, and that would mean Benjamin only has 2 mana left.
Well, he's not gonna pay, that's for sure.
Yeah. Scry 2 for Maxence.
Does he has another counter spell? He has the Force of Will with the Blue Sun Zenith. I think that's gonna be enough, unless Benjamin had another discard spell. Maybe he tutored for the second one, he already had one.
That would be pretty next level.
Well, he has a crop rotation in hand. That would have been so nice if he didn't draw the Cavern of Soul just yet. And the Necroticus got countered, and that's game. Benjamin was at 1, and there was a Soldier token on the other side. Sure, equipped, but...
It's a pretty good showing from Maxence. Like, we really thought Benjamin had it when Maxence passed with an empty board and...
yes, that Elspeth was a pretty big, big swing to put back pressure on his life total.
Yeah, I think we're really seeing how the Geist deck works. It's a deck that doesn't really go by commander damage, but really get into your face, draw cards, counter a few spells, and just try to win before you get an overwhelming advantage. Benjamin had Survival of the Fittest, he had Sylvan Library, and he also had Fecundity, but he had a ton of big spells, and he couldn't really resolve them against cheap interaction from Maxence.
Yes,
pretty good showing from Geist.
The pressure was very important, and even though the early Geist wasn't able to get there, the damage it did was super important, because then when the Elspeth came down, it killed in 2 turns only, while only one of them would not have been enough. And
yeah, when you know you will have a Geist turn 3, it really helps having then a few finishers, not very big finishers, but decent finishers like Elspeth, that really help you get in the last few points. With a flying, with a few 1/1s, you find a way.
So yes, Maxence's version is more controlling, like you have different versions, some with play many creatures and really try to tempo out the opponent in the early game and have no real way to come back when they are behind on board, because their cards are not that powerful, but when it does give them a great chance to manage to tempo out someone. With Maxence's version that is more heavy, with way more expensive spells, it will be much harder to tempo out someone in the early game, just only get some early damage like it just did. But then it is able to Wrath and get back in the game. The Wrath only actually giving in time to replay a Geist, or in this case Elspeth, to do the final damage.
So somebody is asking about the time limit in Commander rounds. It's 55 minutes, a bit more than normal rounds.
Yes, that's what we have for this tournament, and what is the norm, I guess. Like, there is no actual rule.
This is the biggest tournament, so this is norm.
Yeah, I mean, I believe the committee is advocating 55 minutes rounds, but yes, it's usually what it is. Sometimes for like store tournaments you can have more or less, it depends, but for big tournaments it's usually 55 minutes.
See. So we have a pretty quiet turn 1 from Benjamin, who just went with a fetch. The glare is so big we have absolutely no clue what he fetched. I'm really sorry about this.
It's a bad land.
Yeah, we don't. Well, there's a ton of light outside. We can't really do much more. The glare just comes from the sun. It's very sunny, definitely, and that's a bit of a problem.
It's a great time to play Magic. Like, it's sunny outside, so let's enjoy this in a room and play cards all day. Why not?
Benjamin just started with a roll of fruits. Maxence answered with a Stoneforge Mystic. So what can he get? A sword.
sort of fire and ice. So pretty good, but if he gets to connect, but Benjamin has a lot of green creatures that can block it, so it's not that big of an issue.
Yeah. Why do you think he didn't get the green one?
The green black
well,
one,
he plays green black.
Yes, that seems way better in this matchup. I assume it's because he already has
it.
in
Yeah,
hand.
it will make sense, and it's not a Skull Deck. Even though he has Stone Forge Mystic,
or maybe he has removal, so he can get the. He believe he can get the stored through, and if you can get the, it's easy to connect with the green black one. But if you have the way to connect with the red blue one, then the payoff is better. Like the effects are much better than on the green black ones.
So this is a Goblin Bombardment, right? I think Goblin. I'm not sure.
Don't know.
Hey,
Okay.
get on my level.
I'm pretty good with alternate art, but you get me on that one. I knew it was reprinted in some duel deck, but I didn't know the illustration.
So yeah, Goblin Bombardment. It looks pretty good in Pro.
Yes,
It looks
is.
also pretty good against Geist to get the small 1/1 sometimes from Elspeth, the Stoneforge that is just hanging there. I guess it can
It's helpful.
sort of trade.
Like it's pretty hard to actually kill the opponent with it, so it's good to threaten Planeswalker if there are Planeswalkers, but for Geist himself it doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, well, for sure. But it helps with the small creatures that come with Geist himself. He's playing a few ones.
A couple, but not many. If you're playing Races, you can't have too many. Like you're obviously still playing Stoneforge Mystic, but yeah, he's not playing like
A Delver.
no Delver like. I think maybe he plays Vandalion Click. Like that, some creatures are good enough. He has Venter, Vandalion Click, but I know sometimes he doesn't play it. Wow, okay, so...
The land was one where you can sacrifice the creatures to make 2 black?
That's right, that's a Phyrexian Tower. And so there was a brush way earlier than expected, and so it was tapped out, and suddenly...
Brush!
Squirrels, or I guess...
Yeah, Benjamin was like... Maxence was like, okay, I can play gas, and Benjamin didn't care. He was a Phyrexian Tower, make a mana with the Wall of Fruits.
Actually, the red-blue one was great because the tokens are red, despite them being represented with squirrels. So...
Oh, true. He can attack past Prush and all the tokens.
Yes. So maybe okay. Maybe he was a bit.
Yeah. Well,
it was interesting. Like most of Benjamin's creatures are green, but yeah.
Yeah. If Prush gets on the table, I think Pro Red is really important to get through all the jumpers.
The green-black sword can't get through the. Can't really get through the O1, so...
Yeah, and I guess the 2 damage from the sword will go to... No, I guess Prush didn't block the angel. Like, if Prush blocks the angel, he will take the 2 damage from the sword, so he can't really block the angel as well.
Yeah, maybe you want to, like, sometimes you don't really care if your Prush dies, because it depends on how much mana he has in hand, but if he can recast it, then he has more tokens.
Okay, so Maxence decided to kill a token instead of the Prush. The Prush looks like it blocked? No?
Did he block? I don't know. Like,
I don't know, it's at 20.
The angel will go away anyway, so I don't know how much life he was at the beginning of the turn. I believe it's first attack from Geist, so...
Yeah, so he took 8.
Took the damage.
Yeah.
If he has a way to deal with Storm right now, Benjamin is in a great spot. But if he doesn't, he has to kill Maxence very fast, which can be the case. There are some cards that can just kill Maxence right now.
Yeah, and I guess if Benjamin just plays a green creature, just a blocker for Geist, he also is in a good spot, just a mana dork here.
Yes, it
helps.
It would be very good. I wouldn't rely on it though, since... wow, haha, that's a nice one.
What is it?
Sadistic Hypnotist. So, it's a 5-mana 2/2, and it's going to be able to sacrifice a creature to make Maxence discard 1 card. So
2 cards.
So Maxence will discard his whole hand, and it's a black 2/2, so it can chump block Geist for 1 turn, and unless Maxence top decks an answer,
a Wrath. It's pretty much this.
I mean, like, I don't know, Swords to Plowshare on the statistics so he can get through with Geist.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the hypnotist will be able to block it and buy one more turn for Benjamin, which is pretty much all he needs. He only needs time because he's so far ahead with Maxence having no hand.
Yeah, so Maxence is hellbent. He's gonna take 5 from Prosh, and there are still a few creatures that Benjamin might sacrifice later to have a clock a bit faster than 5 turns. I think he can go to 4 turns pretty easily. Maxence attacks, and I guess Benjamin will just likely sacrifice the hypnotist to not let Maxence have another draw.
You can't, because it's only at sorcery speed, otherwise you could lock out your opponent by ever.
No, I just meant you're just gonna chump the Geist to not let Maxence draw.
Wow.
So what happened?
So Benjamin decided to block, and I believe Maxence thought he was going to draw a card, and I believe he didn't look at the second card he has on the table, so that's fine. And he could.
Okay, so
wait.
I guess Benjamin didn't block, and Geist dealt the 2 damage to the hypnotist.
That doesn't make much sense because the squirrel died as well.
Oh, true.
I just don't know what happened.
Me neither. We didn't see the cards in Maxence's hand, so I guess there is an interaction we missed somewhere. Maybe. Yeah. You can ask. So, Julien is gonna ask and try to figure out what happened, because I think we missed something from somewhere here. And Benjamin still looks in a pretty decent spot. He's only at 10? Well, Geist hits hard. If it hits with the angel and the sword, it hits for 8 at once. Hitting for 8 is like, it's just a 3-turn clock. So, yeah, I guess Benjamin just didn't block. But even if there is no block, the squirrel should still be here. That's why we're a bit flabbergasted, because Benjamin had a kobold from Prosh and the sadistic hypnotist, and even if it doesn't block and the 2 damage goes to the hypnotist, the kobold should still be here. So what happened exactly?
So there was actually no block from Benjamin, so that's why the Maxence got to draw a card.
Okay, but why did the kobold die?
I don't know, maybe he sacrificed it to deal 1 damage with the bombardment somehow, or maybe did he sacrifice it on his turn for Prosh?
He didn't, because Maxence only took 5 commander damage. So I don't really know what happened.
Okay, so haha, the sad robot Stolen Simulacrum gonna block some equipped guy once again, like doing his work.
Yeah, cantripping, searching for a basic. Did he? I don't think Benjamin got the basic, right? I don't see a single basic on his side.
No, I don't think he did. Well, that's unfortunate for him.
It's gonna block the Geist, draw. I think it was a Dryad Arbor. It can block the Geist.
So there is a future sight on Maxence's side now, with an unexpected absent on top. So even if Benjamin managed to deal with either the Geist or the sword, then he will be able to come back on card advantage with that future sight.
Yeah, future sight can go pretty fast with Electricus, but I guess since Maxence plays a deck that has quite a few counters, future sight might be a bit how to say, fishy sometimes when you have a counter on top. You cannot play it. And
Benjamin has to play spells in a day to the Geist, so I think a counter on top would be great for Maxence. Let's see. Can we manage to see what's in Benjamin's hand? I see a Marsh Flats.
Yeah, Marsh Flats, Arbor, Necrotic Ooze, and Phyrexian Arena, I guess.
Well, that's not good.
I think that was a Phyrexian Arena, and that's indeed not what the doctor ordered here.
Like, he could play. Does he have quad black to play Necrotic Ooze and Phyrexian Arena? Because that would be.
That would do something.
Because like the 4/3 black can trade with the Geist.
Yeah.
Except there is an unexpectedly absent on top of the deck. So if you just put the ooze on top, Then he's taking well 10 damage.
Okay.
Oh no, there is still Prush. So I don't know. Maybe there is something in his hand that I did not see.
So Prush is getting in.
He's playing. He played a land for his turn.
He's gonna sacrifice Prush to have all the black mana he needs.
Yes.
Or just replay it. Okay, sacrifice it. Play it again to get all the kobolds in the world. But it's not lethal.
Well, maybe it is on the next. Or is it? Like. So. Maxence will be able to kill some of the tokens. Maxence can kill Benjamin this turn.
Yeah, he can put him to 2, which he will do.
Definitely. Like, unless Benjamin blocks, which would probably trade the Prush for 2 damage, but maybe it's what he wants to do, because he's only on 10 life and taking the whole damage and getting to 2. Unless he can kill on the next turn, but...
Yeah, I think the life total are not updated. Benjamin is at 9, he fetched 1 after, and Maxence took 10 command damage. That means Benjamin is more than lethal next turn.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If Maxence doesn't have an answer...
He does. We saw it just drew an unexpectedly absent.
Okay, so you can just put the Prush back on top of the library. But yeah, if Maxence didn't have an answer, Benjamin might have been able to...
Is there some way for him, like, if he can get Gaia Scroll, for example, maybe he can recast Prush a second time? Now that wouldn't be enough tokens to kill with Goblin Permanence. 19 life is a lot.
Yeah, so we got Maxence drawing the Maze of Ith thanks to the Gaze trigger, then revealing Fact of Fiction and casting it instantly to see what he's gonna get from Benjamin.
And so we get an interesting Fact of Fiction with, as a relevant spell, we got Miscalculations, Into the Roll, some lands, and White Sun Zenith. But White Sun Zenith will not be relevant this game. Wasteland can be useful on the Phyrexian Tower, even though I'm not sure what Benjamin's plan is. Either way, Maxence will only have the mana for one thing this turn. So maybe if Benjamin has a discard plus some things, then it's gonna be good enough. But I don't know what. Maybe Buried Alive. Like, is that Maxence is actually forced to play the unexpectedly absent on the Prush, otherwise it's lethal. So if Benjamin has the Buried Alive and the Necrotic Goods that we believe he has, then he can go for the combo, and this time Maxence will be tapped out and no Force of Will inside.
Yeah, Benjamin has quite a lot of information thanks to the fact that Maxence did a Fact of Fiction and has Further Sight in hand. Benjamin knows what he has to play around. And if he can go for the combo, I think he's 100% sure it will go through.
Does he have anything in his graveyard? I don't think it does. Like, unless Maxence somehow wanna do counter it because he's scared while it doesn't matter. Oh, I think Maxence has Daze, but I'm not sure. And I don't think it's going to be like to 1 mana.
Daze doesn't do much when your opponent has so much mana.
That's true. Yeah, Benjamin is so dead next turn in so many ways. There is, even if he plays Bulloka, Maxence is removed for them, so he has to win this turn pretty much.
So the Necroticus is here. Unfortunately, we cannot really see what he has.
But maybe he has some mana dorks, but I don't think he had any other activated ability in...
Yeah, I think we didn't see anything very big going to graveyard. No Triskelion, which would not be very good here, but not the Phyrexian, something we had as well. There's nothing.
Phyrexian Devourer.
It's Devourer.
Yeah, from Alliance, I believe. But yeah, that was quite an obscure card, which is not very playable outside of the combo.
Well, if you have Survival of the Fittest, I guess it's playable. It's a kill on by itself, you just need a creature, a survival, and you win. And Benjamin doesn't have what it takes, I think, and concedes to Maxence, looks like.
That's right, Maxence wins 2-0. So that brings him to 5-0. So probably a win and in for the top 8 if, on next round for him, because we have 8 rounds and the double draw usually manage to get in the top 8.
Yeah, I think when you're X602 will very likely make it. It's a pretty good showing from Maxence. He's really used to playing this deck, and you can see he's comfortable with it. He just plays it fast. He likes it, and you can see it's his deck. It's his pet deck. So I'll go and try to catch him. Well, can you go and get him?
Yes, I will, and I'll try to find another feature match to if we
have time,
find someone. Like if we have time, I'll do that.
Go. So yeah, we'll be seeing if another table is still in game 2 and we'll be moving to game 3 soon. If one of the top table is soon to be in game 3, we will make them play under the camera. We are trying to provide you the most content possible. And Maxence is gonna come and answer a few questions about Geist, about his build, how he sees it, what are some interesting cards he has. I think we are all gonna love it. We're 320. We're very happy, by the way, that all of you are here. We'll continue broadcasting the tournament until the end. We will get the finals. We have 6 more rounds, 3 rounds of Swiss and 3 rounds of top 8. Once it's over, we will have been very happy to bring you all of this. It's awesome that so many people are turning up. And come here, Maxence. Come here, gets the winner's interview. Nice to meet you. You're okay with English?
A little bit.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah. Get close to the microphone. So, you are playing Geist.
Yes.
Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you so much.
Can you explain us fast what type of Geist deck are you playing? Is it more tempo, more control?
More tempo, and now a little bit control.
I see. So you had a Supreme Verdict, Wrath of God, so you still have a few sweeper effects, Planeswalker. It looked pretty big. It was a big Geist, right?
I think my deck it's like Grand Arbitre, Augustin. It's same card, very control, and
prison, a bit of prison.
Yes, not a lot of comment dire?
Français, dis-le.
Les créatures.
Creatures.
Evil creature. Not a lot, just 4 creatures. And,
okay, you
I
have Geist, Stoneforge, and what else?
Dracon Clinquant, Gilelrek, et Venser.
Okay, so yeah, it's almost spells. It's not even real creatures.
Yes, exactly.
Gilded Drake and Venser are not really creatures. So, okay, it's a very creature-light build, but you still managed to push the damage through. We saw it. You really kill with damage.
With
not really commander damage, but overall damage.
Yes, of course.
I see. Are there any special cards that are really yours in the build? Any interesting ones that you just brought to the tournament? Des cartes intéressantes qu'on ne voyait pas ou un truc que tu as mis dans ce tournoi?
Enfin, c'est Zénith Blanc.
White and Zenith?
Yes. Et en fait, je voulais faire un nouveau plan avec les mettre des créatures, des jetons de créatures en éphémère. C'était vraiment mon nouveau plan pour vraiment pouvoir avoir un plan B avec Guest pour que je puisse mettre des petites créatures.
Ok, donc je vais expliquer en anglais. So yeah, he played White and Zenith to have a chance to put token creatures at instant speed. Exactly. End of turn, you can hold up your mana for counter spells, and when you don't have to use them, you can play White and Zenith and create a big board presence.
Yep.
So it's kind of a new card in this build. So yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good luck for the rest. You have one more run to win.
Yes,
and
exactly.
you likely make
top 8. Top 8.
So good luck. I think you're you have to win one round out of the next two
Yes.
to be sure.
With one buy. One buy.
Oh yeah, so you had one buy, and yeah, even at X2 you might have a chance, but you likely won't get there. Thanks a lot, and good luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. So, Julien is searching for another match to cover. We will put the waiting screen for a few minutes. I'll keep you updated in the chat if we have any new information. If not, we'll be back for round 6 in something like 15-20 minutes, the time all the games ends and we get the pairings and everybody is ready. So please stay tuned. There will likely be a bit more content in the next minutes. If not, I'll keep you updated. See ya!
Okay.
Here we are. We'll just be there for a few seconds. You're not PG.
No, I'm not.
It doesn't matter. We'll not stop on the screen for too long. The day is getting darker. I just noticed we're almost
That's true. It's
dark.
almost 4 p.m.
Yeah, it's 4 p.m. So we'll jump right into the game. We have Romain Lamine against Rémi Vignon. So it's two undefeated players who had a draw. They are undefeated, right?
Yes, they are.
The best kind of undefeated.
Yeah, but a draw is pretty bad with that number of players, 179, and we had 10 players with 1 bye, so I don't know if all X 1 and 1 will make the top 8. I don't think there will be all of them, so a loss of them is very bad, but if they win out, they will be able to double draw in the last round, most likely.
Okay, so get closer to the microphone. Just take
Okay.
your chair closer, way closer. Take your chair closer.
Okay.
And do you know any of the players? Are they famous for the decks?
I don't know any of them. I picked this feature match because Rémi is playing an interesting build of Child of Alara with the Wall Gorger Dragon. So,
Okay, so the one that has been unbanned in Legacy recently. Right.
Yes, indeed. And he has so he's playing Animate Dead, Dance of the Dead, and various enchantment to reanimate it because it creates a loop for infinite mana. The Wall Gorger Dragon exiling the enchantment that brought back him to the battlefield when he comes into play. So the dragon dies, and then the enchantment comes back, which can target the dragon once again, and every time it exiles all your permanents and put them back into play. So you can float mana, and each time your lands come into play untapped. So that's a combo that makes infinite mana. Outside of that, he has it's a 5-color control deck. Basically, he has a lot of card draw and a lot of counter spells.
I see main deck dispelled, so it goes pretty deep.
Yes, because well, he has a combo to protect. So this spell is not great in EDH, but if you have a combo to protect, then it's good. But he has many heavy card draw, like Stroke of Genius, which is not a staple of the format. But if you want to really,
I guess he has Blue Suns against as well.
Well, I don't think so because he's playing 5 colors, so triple blue is kind
Oh,
of.
it's triple, yeah, true. And Stroke is just in a colorless. So I see it's a pretty, interesting control. I see Fact of Fiction, Mystical Teaching, Animate Dead, Bazaar of Baghdad.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Why not?
Okay, so I actually don't know how it kills. Like, he has infinite mana with Wall Gorger Dragon.
He tries to go 1-0 or draws the
Well,
games he can't win.
Yes, if there is no other target to the enchantment, then it will draw the game unless it can kill at instant speed. So I don't know. We'll have to look through.
Maybe he just looks for his opponent to mill himself out and just gain 1-0.
No. Well, the game started, so we haven't had much time to look into the list. But I'm sure it will show us how it kills.
So on the left we have a Gadoctig, which looks pretty annoying against Rémi's deck.
Yes, but it doesn't really stop the combo though. It stops some of the heavy card draw, like Careful Study, for example, and some of the removal, like Damnation. But you still have like Toxic Deluge and multiple ways to get rid of it, and the tutors are not affected by that. So it's good, but it's not game winning just by itself. Like.
So a very good-looking altered volcanic island on the battlefield. Rémi has also dual lands, right? He has played 5 colors.
I'm pretty sure like you have to if you want to have a good mana base. And the 5-color mana base is actually pretty good with 10 fetches, 10 duels, and 10 shocklands.
He even plays Wasteland.
Yeah, like
His
he's not playing it to manage Chris' opponent. He's playing it to beat the busted lands such as Gaia's Cradle.
See, he has Beseiju. Yeah, he has all the fetches, all the Ravlands, all the shocklands, all the dual lands, and a few utility lands here and there. Beseiju, Phyrexian Tower. He also has 5-color lands, Mana Confidence, City of Brass, and Common Tower. A perfect 5-color land for him.
Yes, that's Common Tower is very good in this deck. So on the other side we have Marath. Marath is a mid-range deck, kind of like an Offensa, but less on the aggressive side, because Marath is way less of an aggressive creature, and you are more trying to control the board. And once you control the board, you usually have inevitability in creature matchups, and you will just kill them with whatever you have left. And you usually combine Marath with some Death Touch enabler to ping everything down to death.
What was the card he just played? Did you see?
I did not.
And with all the alterations, I have no clue about the card he's playing. I have absolutely no clue what he's doing.
So Marath is usually playing some various Kiki-Jiki combos as well. So with Restoration Angel, Zealous Conscript, Village Bellringer, and I see that Romain is also playing Splinter Twin is in his list to go with Village Bellringer and Zealous Conscript. So what do we have? We have a Toxic Deluge that will... Gadoctig is usually good enough to stop a Wrath, but not Toxic Deluge that will take care of the Scavenging Ooze, which seems to be a big problem for Remy's deck, because he needs the combo to win, but he also that goes through the graveyard. But he has a lot of removal, so and he took care of the Ooze before, so it's pretty good turn for Remy.
Yeah, a good clean 2-for-1.
Yeah,
Toxic Deluge for 2 creatures.
Is that the 22 though, like paying 2 life plus the Mana Confluence? That could become a problem, especially with the Xenagos.
Xenagos the Rival, it's a good 4-drop.
That's a super good threat against a control opponent which is tapped out. He has the combo, but now he's in a real danger, and his control plan is going to have a hard time working, since I don't think he has very many answers to Planeswalker once it's resolved. He really relies on counter spells.
Yeah, Xenagos is a very annoying Planeswalker to take care of if you don't have Bolt. There is a reason why he's not played in Modern. If you just go 0-0, it's very easy to trade for him. But in a format when you are where, let's be honest, not many people play Bolt, Xenagos is very hard to kill. He doesn't take much removal. He can create a chump blocker every turn, and he kills extremely fast. A 2/2 haste each turn kills you in 5 or 6, 3 or 4 turns if you're already a bit low.
Okay, I figured out how Remy was gonna kill his opponent. Stroke of Genius that we talked about.
Ah, yeah, with infinite mana.
Yes,
of course.
The combo makes infinite mana, and Stroke of Genius take your opponent. That's pretty good.
You do a 100 card, please.
It's not that bad of a card to draw naturally, and you have at least Snapcaster Mage and probably some other way to get it back if you have to use it at some point. I don't know if he has some backup, like let's say I exile your Stroke of Genius. Do you have to win by beat down with Wargorge Dragon and
Child of Alera?
and Child of Alera? That's not gonna work too often. Well, he has another creature in his deck, which is Grizzlebrand, which can win the game. Like,
you need to get to the mana, but once you're there...
Well, he's not planning to hardcast it. Like, you already have the Reanimator package for the...
Wargorge Dragon?
Yes, and if you don't have the Stroke of Genius, then you can just get Grizzlebrand, and with so many counter spells in the deck, you can just be a control deck, like almost being a Delver of Secret deck, with a Grizzlebrand instead of a Delver.
So what is it?
It's a Curse of Predation, which will enchant Remy actually, and it means that every time a creature will attack Remy, that creature will get a +1/+1 counter. So that adds up really fast with Token and Xenagos. So Remy just takes 6 right here, and is dead next turn. That's fast.
Indeed, this looks like a pretty good card to pair with haste creatures. So this is a commander-only card?
It is. It's also legal in Legacy, but not that good in that format.
Yeah.
Well, I might have been a bit too hasty. I think...
Intuition,
it was down to 13, so it's not dead next turn, so it's...
Yeah, who will take 9 next turn?
Well, actually, the...
the other counters, so 11?
Yeah, it will take 11 next turn. But, so, you have Intuition, which is very powerful when you try to reanimate. I didn't recognize the card.
So there is a Wargorger Dragon for sure.
Yes, I'm not sure. Oh, it's a Grizzlebrand, altered Grizzlebrand, I believe.
It looks like it. He has big wings, like Batman.
Yes.
Okay, so big Grizzlebrand and another
Judge,
card.
Schwentel. Maybe Unburial Rites, like.
Yeah, if he has the mana to cast it.
So what if he gives Grizzlebrand in his hand? What can he do? Maybe if he goes gives Unburial Rites. Oh no, Teachings.
Teachings.
Yeah.
Teachings are a bit slow, but he still has one more turn normally.
Yes.
So he would have time to cast the Teachings.
So what if he gives? I think it's a bit dangerous for Romain. Like, what if he gives him one of the two big creatures will be in the graveyard, and I'm not sure which one. Like the Wargorger Dragon is less dangerous.
The combo with the Wargorger Dragon is Animated, right? Which one is it?
Animated or any enchantments that will reanimate it.
So I guess it's a bit dangerous to put him in the graveyard
But
compared to Grizzlebrand.
If you have a removal, for example, then it doesn't really matter which one you take, because if he reanimates one, I guess with Grizzlebrand you can draw and then counter it, which probably will make you lose. But if he doesn't have a counter spell and Remy tries to go for the combo and you have, for example, a Source to Plowshares, and if you exile at the right time the Wargorge Dragons, then Remy's permanent will not come back.
Okay.
So Remy will be left with no permanent.
Oh yeah, indeed. That's yeah, like the old Oblivion rings.
Yes, that's right. Like
or the same way.
You can, if you, for example, sacrifice your Finanter in response.
Yeah, it never comes back.
Yes.
It's not like the new cards don't do that anymore.
Yes.
Since Banishing Priest from Magic 2014.
Banishing Light.
All the cards that came afterward changed the wording, but with the old wording, since it's two separate triggers, if you get the leaves the battlefield trigger before the other one, nobody was exiled in the first place. So indeed, if Romain can have interaction with Dragon, he can be in a good spot.
So he gave him the Wargorge Dragon in his hand. Remy casted the Faithless Looting.
So anyway, if you had looting, it doesn't really matter what you give your opponent. There was a Teaching, the white one, for an enchantment or artifact.
Yes, it's Enlightened Tutor. So did he discard it, or
I think
I'm not sure what he did, but
oh yeah, I guess he discarded it to the Faceless Looting.
yeah, he already has a Dance of the Dead. So I don't know which one he will target, but if he has a Stroke of Genius or some way to tutor it, he can do the combo with Wargorge Dragon. And if he doesn't, then he can just get a Grizzlebrand into play, which actually might not be good enough, because Dance of the Dead makes the creature comes into play tapped.
That's annoying.
Alright, so we go for the Wargorge Dragon. So I assume Romain is dead. Let's see what Remid has. And well, I did not take a look at Romain's hand, but if Romain has a Sword to Plowshares and use it at the right time, then he wins. Remy seems to be explaining the combo to his opponent, so the Wargorge Dragon's exile, when it comes into play, exile all their permanents, including the Dance of the Dead, but since the Dance of the Dead leaves the battlefield, the dragon is sacrificed, and everything comes back, including the Dance of the Dead, which will bring back the dragon that got sacrificed, and you do it that over and over again, and you got infinite mana in the meantime, because you can float mana with your lands, as long as he remembers to not do that with the Mana Confluence. And he has to enchant something else at some point, or otherwise it's a draw, because the Dance of the Dead is not, it will make an infinite loop. Oh, Remy has Mystical Teachings in the graveyard with the infinite mana, so he will be able to flashback it and get Stroke of Genius. Wow. Intuition is really strong in this deck, because it allows him to both get the fatty in the graveyard and the teachings in the graveyard, so if he has infinite mana he will win every time and not have the problem of having infinite mana had nothing to do with it. It's pretty good, and not having to play any terrible cards to kill with Wargold Dragon. Well, I guess animate deaths, but that was already a given. That you don't have to play, let's say, Banefire, which was not exactly what you want to have in your deck. So Remy didn't seem to have anything and conceded. Remy is up a game and they're shuffling up for game 2. Go.
So, what happened? As a combo result, I guess?
Yes, he had infinite mana, and there was the teachings in the graveyard. We got with infinite mana, you flashback it, stroke of genius, dead.
It was pretty well. So the teachings is here for that, I guess. You can get it with intuition, and once it's in the graveyard, well, it still does value.
Yes,
yeah, but
it's like stroke of genius and mystical teachings are already great cards to draw in your control shell. So I feel like it's a great deck building.
Yeah, he has a Snapcaster as well, if he already cast something.
Yeah, he has so few terrible cards in his control deck, and the combo is so powerful.
Yeah, I was looking, but yeah, it's really just good removal and good stuff.
Yeah, good like a lot of counter spell, card draw, which you can either get the combo or the answers depending on what you have in hand and what your opponent threatening.
He even has some discard. I see a duress, so yeah, has early interaction, everything.
Yes, there is some counter spells that might have been that good, like Swansong, which is a bit awkward, but you have 30 life, like it's not even that bad in a control deck, even though you wouldn't play it if you're not playing the combo. It's pretty great when you go for the combo, like 1 mana counter spell is great. I
see. So yeah, Wargold Dragon was banned until very recently in Legacy. It got unbanned. Let's be honest, it didn't change anything about the format.
No, people tried, but like, why bother reanimating Wargold Dragon when you can reanimate Crystal Brawn instead and not have to have some janky win condition in your deck? Because playing Mystical Teachings and Stroke of Genius is, well, it's fine in EDH, but it's not exactly in Legacy. And also in Legacy, reanimating a Crystal Brawn is much stronger because you can draw into Force of Wills. Where sometimes in EDH you draw many cards, but you have you don't have the mana to cast all of them, and your opponent can just kill your Crystal Brawn and you're down so much life and kill you. While if you have multiple Force of Will to protect it, then it's usually pretty hard to lose. So
here we go. We're in the second match, and Roman starts with a Copper Line Gorge and a Birds of Paradise. So go just buy your box one. Oh.
Wasteland, that's an ambitious play.
Very aggressive.
When your opponent played Birds of Paradise turn 1, well, that seems to have paid off. Roman just played a basic mountain and passed the turn. It
looked like Roman's deck was really cluttered around the 3-drops. He has a few 2-drops, but he's a Rem deck, so he wants a good amount of 3-drops. His mana requirements are pretty high with Gadoctic, so...
Yes, and also playing Mountain too, but Mountain is a pretty bad land to play on this spot, so that probably means it doesn't have very many lands to play. That's why I was very intrigued by Remy's play, because on the draw, if you Western on turn 1 and Roman still plays a 2-drop on turn 2, then Remy is 2 turns behind. It's very hard to win from that kind of spot. But let's see. Yeah, Gavin internship. Roman is color screwed. Wow, that was.
Maybe you got to read from the mulligans or something.
Yeah, I didn't. Wow, nice. He actually could cast a spell. That was a Mind Sensor. Will it resolve? Will it get Remy on the patch? If it does, then it's very good for Roman, especially if Remy misses. Then it's certainly...
The fetch looks like it's still here, right?
Yeah, but like he sacrificed it for sure. But I think he was thinking about the mindset, like
Okay.
still on the side. So he seems to have been lucky, and he actually has a choice between two of the two lands. So there was a breeding pool or a scrubland, and he chose the scrubland.
Well, sometimes you just have to try.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely myself played against Aven Main Sensor and found what I needed anyway, so...
It makes people tilt really hard.
And it's very funny when you're on the side of the person getting...
Lucky.
Yes.
Yeah, last time I fetched and my opponent
So-
had an Advent Main Sensor, I just had the land I needed on top. I was like, okay.
Remy,
No problem.
I believe Remy already has Dancer's Dead and Faceless Shooting in hand, so if he can find the Wargorge Dragon, well, I guess he kind of needs some way to... So what does Romain... Oh, he actually bluffed the Menace Crew. Like, he has the color he needs, and that's very good, so the main sensor was a good...
Okay, so Romain just went for the mountain into township, even though he had all the money he wanted, just to bluff Remy. Maybe bait him into
Well,
another...
I don't know if how good that was, because like it made sense for him to pass because he couldn't cast Marat, but now if Remy kills bird somehow, then he cannot cast Marat on the following turn, and actually no, he has green mana, so we can see a Village Beringen in Romain's hand, but not much else. So
Which card was taken?
Assassin's Pilgrim.
Okay, so
I'm
the
actually-
dog for white mana, right?
Yes, I'm...
Not entirely sure.
I don't know why he took that, but maybe I didn't see his hand. The 1/4 is actually a pretty big threat because it can just kill the opponent with Kikijiki or Splinter Twin. And Romain has the mana to cast either of those cards if he draws them. Not this turn, but...
Yeah, he can build up toward casting them.
Let's see. So Remy passed the turn, and Romain fetched a Taiga.
So, yeah, Advent Main Sensor is not symmetric. You get to fetch normally, you don't care.
Yes, you would not play it in Marat otherwise. You have so many tutor effects in that deck.
And so this is a voice, which was the draw of the turn, I think.
Yes, it was not in Romain's hand last turn. That seems pretty good, looking at Remy's list, since he has a lot of counter spells.
Yeah, and his removal will not really take care of the voice. He has
not many of them, and if he does, then Romain will probably be able to resolve something on the next turn anyway. But on the other hand, if 4 damage on turn is the only thing Romain can produce, then Remy has a lot of time to set up his combo.
It's funny, we didn't see any commander getting cast in the previous game, and they're not really in the market of casting their commander right now either.
He did play Inquisition of Kozilek.
Took the Bellringer.
So Romain decided not to play the Bellringer last turn. He could have played it, untap the bird and cast the voice,
Yeah,
but he didn't want to run right into a Wrath effect, which
Toxic Deluge or something.
it was totally understandable, but he got punished by Remy drawing or casting Inquisition of Kozilek.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, so now we understand why Remy took the Avacyn's Pilgrim. He had an Inquisition anyway,
well,
so he didn't really care. He didn't want Roman to
I
play
don't know,
another draw for free.
That seems a bit ambitious. Like, maybe he assumed he would play Marat on the following turn, so that he wouldn't play it. But I didn't think the Pilgrim was all that relevant, so let's say if you take the 1/4, then you can slow your Inquisition, or maybe discard another spell if you drew one, even though, well, he casted it was voice, but you don't know.
Yeah. So in the end, Romain is just getting the good old pod. It looks like a pod deck, good old pod deck, bird, voice.
It's very, very similar to pod. You have a lot of value creature and way to to win mid-range fight with Marat being such a great source of card advantage. And let's see, Gavington Chip is actually going to deal quite a lot of damage and take care of Remy pretty fast if he does not manage to find a Wrath effect or his combo.
Yeah, so Romain is not going for the townships this turn. I guess he has something interesting to play. It's funny how it's a Marath deck, but in the end it doesn't really want to play Marath every games.
Well, yes, it does. It's not that good in that matchup because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. He just played survival. So
he has 0 cards in hand. Though.
Yes, I know, but if he draws any creature, he has enough mana to discard it, get Kiki-Jiki. Oh no, the 1/4 got discarded.
Yeah, but I guess he has some sort of combo he can achieve through survival and a creature.
Yes, I don't think he can. If he draws a creature next turn, you can combo off from only one creature with survival, with getting Kiki-Jiki, discarding the Kiki-Jiki, getting Karmic Guide, casting the Karmic Guide, get back Kiki-Jiki, copy the Karmic Guide, get back the other combo piece.
Okay, so it's a bit convoluted, but you can do it.
Yeah, survival is busted in this deck because of that. Because when you play it, if you have one creature in hand, then you can usually kill on the following turn. It doesn't have the creature in hand, and I think it's missing 1 mana to do it if it draws a creature. So that would be quite dangerous to give Remy another turn.
And Remy has far away. He just uses the far part, so a bounce spell.
So that's kind of weird. Like it's a bounce the mind sensor, which can be Can it be replayed? I can't really see which lands are untapped. I believe it can.
Well, he has a bird, so.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, at least a bird.
Anyway, he can play.
And also that give him a creature in hand for survival. So now. It depends of what Remy has, but Romain can threaten the combo next turn.
Yeah, indeed. Giving him back a creature here is pretty interesting, it's a bit dangerous.
Oh, yes, it just bounced. I thought he fused, but no, it just bounces the main sensor. So I believe Remy has a tutor, and maybe...
okay.
Oh, did he play a discard spell, or...?
I guess so. We have
no, it had 1 green mana, so the maintain. Yeah, I believe it said go or something like that.
Yeah, Romain tried to
discard it on the survival,
and maybe Remy is trying to combo in response. He can, right? There is something. Isn't there an enchantment that can be played as an instant?
That works. Necromancy works.
Yeah, maybe give him back I'd say the mind sensor to be able to kill him if he does anything with the mind sensor.
Well, yeah, he has no card in hand, so if he has necromancy in hand, he can...
Yeah, it depends what Remy has, but looking at his deck, it...
Okay, so he gets the Kiki-Jiki, discard it.
Okay, so it resolved, and Remy is just looking at him. Okay.
And I'm just not sure what was Remy's plan. Maybe he has a counter spell for the Kiki-Jiki and want to bait Romain in spending all his mana so that he has more time to survive the
next turn,
the beatdown from Township. But he needs to have a counter spell now, or he's dead.
Yeah, he's going for the Karmic Guide, just like you said.
And also, let's say Romain draws a creature on his turn, or and the Karmic Guide gets countered. He can discard the other creature at the end of turn and get Revel Arc, evoke it on the following turn, and combo again.
Not bad.
So yes, the combo is very resilient and it's pretty hard to stop him from working at some point in the long run. But yes, if it is dangerous that okay, so Karmic Guide gets cast.
It resolves, it gets the Kiki-Jiki. Kiki can copy the Karmic Guide, right?
Yes.
So
get back the Village Beringer.
Get untapped.
Okay. Romain is explaining the combo, and I believe Remy did not.
Maybe he didn't realize it would be killing him right now, but
it just wanted to bounce the main sensor to take less damage from the township, because otherwise he would have been down to to 4, I believe. And
Yeah, and it looks like he wasn't expecting the combo to go that fast. I guess maybe he thought he had one more turn. Maybe he just needed one more turn and thought he had it. But yeah, bouncing it killed him instantly.
If he didn't bounce, he would have been down to 4. But it's very hard to see that if you don't know like. Romain didn't have any combo piece in play or in hand, so just giving back one creature in hand could result in you being dead.
Yeah.
But hey.
That's how it works. So, we didn't see a single commander get cast in 2 games.
That's right. Well,
it's pretty funny. Remy is never gonna cast it, right?
Well, he does cast it sometimes. I don't know if he plays high market, for example, but it's a good way to catch up from board when you're behind. Like, you're never going to cast it twice in the same game, because if you want to have the effect when it dies, you have to put it in the graveyard. You cannot put it back to the command zone.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it's written. Yeah. It's when it dies, and it doesn't count as dying if you put it back to the command zone.
It's replacement effects, and dying means from
battlefield to the graveyard. Okay, so you really have to make him die, but it's a wrath. It can be a wrath, and it can help, I guess.
Well, it's not actually a wrath, it's a Nevin Heroes disc, or I guess a planar cleansing.
Yeah, a big wrath. Yeah, it's planar cleansing.
Planar cleansing, so you destroy all planeswalkers, and pretty good, huh?
Interesting. He's not going to play Progenitus. It's not just for the 5 colors. Child of Alara has a little bit of utility.
All the 5 color general are pretty bad, and Child is just the best one, since if you want to stabilize when you have a bad draws, and this is the best one because the 6/6 trample is tough to get through, and if they kill it, then it rests the board, so it's kind of weak to Swords to Plowshare, but hey, your combo is as well.
You gain 6.
Sure. And yeah, Order of Notion is not exactly what you want in this deck, like a 5/5 trample, hey, 5 in a control combo deck.
Yeah,
sure.
He doesn't have any elementals he wants to cast again, so it doesn't do much.
No, you're not playing that for the... Even people playing it, it's not that bad of a commander, but are not playing it for the elemental ability. Like, sometimes you activate it with...
Isn't there anything busted you can get with it?
I don't think there is. Like, there are some good ones.
Yeah, like, Maldrifter, things like
more
this.
is more common,
but
still, it's
incredibly slow.
It's always a bit slow and not that great, but...
I see, yeah. In Limited, in Modern Master, it's busted with Smoke Breeder, that's for sure. With Nameless Inversion, it's my favorite card. I did it in my last draft.
Yeah, well, if you do it on Out of Notion on turn 3 with Smoke Breeders, like, sure.
I can show you a replay of that on Magic Online.
Yeah, I believe you. It is pretty hard to cast if you don't have the Smoke Breeders, though, so that's definitely a cast.
So yeah, I didn't expect it to be a cast, but it's just a 5-color general. So we see the same start as last game, but on the same start, but on the other side. Roma goes with a turn 1 Wasteland.
That's way more logical from Romain, because his deck has quite a bit of mana, and Remy's deck is relying on cantrips, and as we see, he has to brainstorm in response, which is not good. To play brainstorm on turn 1, since you cannot fetch away the bad card. Well, you can
fetch 1?
Yes, but that's way worse than fetching 2.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, maybe Remy kept just catching in with a brainstorm. It doesn't seem like it did.
Yeah, it's also interesting because when you lose one of your dual color lands, it's a 5 colors deck. Maybe it can hinder a bit with development if you get one of your blue-black land destroyed. I think you need a lot of blue and black early.
I'm not sure which one got destroyed. I think it was a Tundra. And it doesn't seem to have white mana now. Oh, yeah, the Arena sign hand. So Remy is all set on mana, it seems like. Yeah,
so he has a Volcanic Island, and it's a Drone Catacomb. It's a check land. Yeah.
And here we have a Sakura Tribe Elder.
Good old Steve. Sakura Tribe Elder.
I didn't know.
Well, if you abbreviate his name, it's STE. So you call him Steve.
Sure.
It's Steve.
That seems
Stevie Wonders. When I used to play Scapeshift, I called him Stevie Wonders. It's just so good.
It is. Oh, so Romain has quite a bit of mana in hand. We can see in his hand Chaos Cradle and the Dryad Arbor. The Sakura got counter, I believe.
Yeah,
there is no
land on the board, so it was a counter.
I don't know which counter was that, but
yeah, the glare is a very strong. We're really sorry for all our viewers.
Oh no, that was actually a Memo Lapse since it was on top of the deck.
Okay.
And do we have a Vantage on Click as a draw step, or it seems to have that Remy is fetching while in Romain's turn?
Yeah, Remy looks like he's fetching on the draw step. It's likely for a click.
Yeah, that's usually what it means. 3 mana, draw step.
Does he plays click, right?
I don't know, I didn't see this then, or list, but I might have missed it.
Yeah, I'm searching for a second.
Or maybe we're just confused about what's happening.
Yeah, no, there is no click, so it will not be a draw step click. Maybe something else?
Is there some instant speed discard spell that is playing EDH that I can't think about?
Yeah, at 3 mana, zero discard spells, instant spell. Like, there is Murder Charm. Duress at instant speed for 3 mana, it exists.
It could actually cast.
It gets white, it could go for Murder Charm, so let's wait and see.
I don't know.
It exists.
That seems pretty ambitious against Marata.
Hey, it went for white mana. I guess it's Murder Charm. No, just kidding.
I don't think he has Murder Charm in his list.
He doesn't, definitely not. It's an interesting card. It's not even strong enough for standard at the moment, so... When you play Limdol's Vault, you have better things to do.
Maybe just remember to...
Fetch before...
fetch before the main sensor during the draw step and just like, stop, before you play your land, I want to fetch.
Yeah. But it looks pretty likely, it was just that.
Just happened. And
yeah. Steve comes back.
With the Dryad Arbor, with the... From the Vault, I believe.
It's a sketchy one. It's like you don't remember it's a Dryad Arbor when you see it.
That's awful. I definitely have my opponent before play it and not say anything special about it with other basic forests close to it.
And they attack you.
Well, attack me or I don't know. Like I just didn't notice it and it was pretty bad.
Pretty awful hand from Romain. I guess it's gonna counter.
Not that much. Like. He has all this color mana and he has well 2 of the same combo piece. He has mana. The ball was not doing anything in that matchup. So the Inquisition is pretty much a blank.
Yeah.
And if it was any tutor, he can get Village Bellringer and combo. So it is very important for Romain to have a combo kill in this matchup because if you want to grind Remy out, you are very vulnerable to his. His combo. But
it's his hand looks so slow compared to what Remy can do. Remy just has to counter a tutor or an enabler, and it's pretty much 2 dead cards in Romain's hand. When Remy that's 27, Kiki is not gonna get the job done.
Romain is missing a red mana or
for Kiki.
Yes, well, it just sacrifice the Sakura, but
it's a Cradle.
Yes, but he could
copy
the Sakura. And
it shouldn't get basic. Like, I don't know if he has that many basics though.
I played quite a bit of Marat, and even outside of the combo, Kiki has a ton of value and can do some very sweet play. But it's also sometimes dangerous. I played one time against a similar deck to Marat with Marat myself. And my opponent was having a Kiki in play, copying Eternal Witness and doing some sick value, and I just had nothing, and I just played Zealous Conscript, still your Kiki,
and you win!
And you're like, ow!
Why?
So, yes, that's not going to happen in this match, but Kiki is a pretty good value card, and you can do a really sweet swing with it. Yeah. Romain needs to draw something that goes with it, though.
Yeah, he tapped 3 mana.
I believe it is a Delve spell, Dig Through Time?
I think it's in response to something Romain did. Romain has 3 mana tap, so I guess he tried to cast Marath.
No, I think he just fetched a mountain with the Sakura.
And he didn't have the Cradle.
Oh no, yes.
Since he played Cradle, I guess he's trying to play the Marath.
Okay, looks like in response to Marath. So, I guess... Force of Will, that's basically the only... Like, the Cradle makes 1 mana because of the Dryad, well, he has 2 mana anyway. Sure. I don't know, I don't think you want to Force of Will that with your opponent having 2 combo pieces in hand.
Yeah, it's just for the moment, it's just a 3/3. It can make other 3/1/1s. move counters, but it cannot do
So
much.
That's the thing with Marat, is that even if Romain doesn't draw a combo, the other combo piece, Marat will kill Remy at some point. It will be pretty slow, but it's also pretty resilient to anti-creatures, and like Remy doesn't seem to have a counter spell for the first Marat, so he needs to have his own combo at some point, or Marat will just kill him when both players are playing combos, but one is playing random dudes, and if no one's winning, the one playing random dudes will win at some point.
Yeah, so Remy has a far away in the 7 cards from Dig Through Time. He has a few other options. Far away can bounce the arbor, kill the Marath,
Well,
and really slow down Romain's.
It's not gonna kill Marat because once Marat hits the battlefield, Romain actually has 3 mana with Cradle making 2 and Dread
Oh,
making
true.
1.
So you can make 3/1/1 instantly.
Yes, and sacrificed a 1/1 instead. And
True, I forgot he had mana left to make
so
1/1s.
that doesn't really help a ton. One dangerous thing with Marat is that since he can do tokens, he can make a lot of mana with Cradle. So let's say he draws Village Beringer next turn, I'm pretty sure he can cast that and Kiki in the same turn.
Yeah,
Actually, maybe not, because it can't have 1 white plus 3 red.
he has 3 lands that make
Yes,
red or
and
white.
He has too much green mana. That's unfortunate. But, well, let's see. Remy has to do something.
I still like Remy's position. He's a
Yes.
control deck, his opponent has a very weak board.
It just resolved the dig through time, and I believe in the dig I threw a Tainted Pact, so I don't know if he took it, but
And it will be just a hard cast Child of Alara.
which will give him a lot of time against the Marat plan.
In the end, we saw the 2 commanders get cast one turn after another. So the child makes it so the 3/3 Marat cannot really attack easily. If
Not
he makes
really.
3/1/1s, Remy doesn't care. He can just block for years. So yeah, here's the child is a pretty good roadblock, and Romain will just be making a few tokens.
At least 1.
He can make 2 if he wants to. Yeah, for the mana.
Then all 3 of them. Like, he won't kill Marat, because if he doesn't draw anything relevant, he has the mana to recast Marat again, make more token, so he has the mana to recast Marat again.
Yeah, Gage Cradle helps a lot in this situation.
Yeah, but on those spots, it's still pretty slow to do anything, and if at some point you get Wrath, you have a Marat that costs 9 mana and 4 mana in play, so...
Yeah, not any possibility to play it
So
again.
Romain drew Plains. I believe that he has still 1 unknown card in hand.
Maybe, but
But if that unknown card was a Village Bellringer or the Plains was the unknown card and he drew Village Bellringer, he has a win this turn. But
yeah, I don't think it's pretty unlikely. He just drew Village Bellringer this turn.
But I don't know.
Restoration Angel would do it as well,
Yes,
right? He has so much mana.
Zealous Conscript as well,
Yeah.
because he can untap the red mana with Zealous Conscript.
Let's see.
But it seems he only has Marat.
So Maras with 2 mana floating, I guess he's gonna make 2/1/1s.
Like 3 mana. Oh.
He
Wait.
used one. Oh yeah, he has red arbor, 3 mana floating.
It's 5 mana. It costed 5 mana. So
Okay.
it's actually no mana floating, I believe, or maybe 1.
1 mana floating, yeah. 3 with a dryad arbor, he had 4 green.
5, 6. So yeah. So
1
he
mana
probably-
floating.
I don't know what he did with the mana. Did he deal 1 damage to Remy? That would be odd, but I guess.
It's commander damage, right?
Or maybe he just didn't do anything. Oh.
It has trample. The child has
Yes.
trample. You're not gonna block easily. After all, 6/6 is a good.
That seems pretty ambitious from Remy, unless he has, like, let's say, eye market to sacrifice it. If you're in Roman seat, you definitely don't want to block. Like, you can race it pretty easily, and you need those tokens for Cradle.
Say high market.
So yeah, it just takes the damage. I don't know if he plays it. Like, it's a pretty bad land in a 5-color deck, but it's very good with having
Child of Alara in play.
Yes.
Yeah, it wipes up the board.
Well,
really
I don't know
well.
if he has eye market, but he plays Phyrexian Tower, so that does it, and it's better.
And he taps 3 mana, takes 1 from the mana confluence to go for what will it be?
Yeah, it's 1 song in hand, which would counter Splinter Twin if
What
Romain
is-
goes for it is Muddle the Mixture, which got transmuted, I believe.
It goes search for a 2 mana card.
Yeah, any 2 mana card. So I don't know what you want to get. Like it could get
Backbite. It handles the tokens.
go for the throat. What?
Well, GFTT, the gold modern staple.
Okay, sure. Well, not that much, but still, still played a bit in modern.
Yeah. Well, it's still on and off in some decks. If you want a 2 mana removal, you usually go for the throat. It's the safest one.
Yes, in his deck you can tutor up Animate Dead if you have the. But
The
I
combo-
believe he already has a Dance of the Dead in hand, which.
Well, he can just go for the throat his own child.
Oh right.
I think that's the play he's going for. He can just kill his
Yes,
child whenever he wants.
That makes sense. That makes way more sense than trying to kill Marat, which can just make token in response or any of the 1/1s.
Yeah, I think he was just searching for a way to get rid of his child and get the damage.
Alright, so we go gut for the throat on this child of Panara as we expected, and Romain is going to use his mana to deal some damage to Remy because he can do that, but that's not that important. So let's see, can Romain come back from this? Can he find some way to assemble his combo? That's pretty much how he's gonna win. Like Remy is not low enough of knife that actually killing him with damage, regular damage, is going to be a good plan. What's his plan? Cast Kiki GT attack for 2. I've done that before.
Kiki value. Can Kiki be a decent commander? No, it's mono red.
Well, it's not that bad because you have Zealous Conscript and in mono red, but you only have Zealous
Imperial
Conscript,
Recruiter, but the
Imperial-
conscript is a free, right?
Yes, it's a free.
Too bad.
You don't really have many ways to tutor the conscript, only gamble.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's
Earthcraft.
Earthcraft. We
That-
talked about it. A pretty good card.
It is very, very good with Marat.
And Zingagos, the touristic guide,
Wow.
he's back again.
Yes, actually, that is a very, very good card for Romain in his beatdown plan, which will make him. I believe there is a good chance he has a mana next turn to recast Marat. And once you have Marat with Earthcraft, things go crazy. Because you can, even if you play Marat with no mana up, you can tap to untap the basic, make 1 token, tap the token to make another token, tap the token.
And that's it, yeah.
Yeah,
You just go off.
You just put all the tokens from Marat, empty it, and you have, on the following turn, you have like 20 mana, and you can recast Marat and do it all over again.
Yeah, it's really interesting that Remy killed his child so fast with Go for the Throat, because if he had waited for the end of Roman's turn, he might have, Roman wouldn't have been able to
Well,
play Earthcraft plus Xenagos. But yeah, Remy would have taken 8 or 10 damage.
Yes, like, I believe it was 8 damage, and also Romain would have had many... oh no, because the child was still in play, so if he didn't attack, then Romain could not really attack, so... Yeah, good point, good point.
Remy's play was pretty hasty, and he gets punished really hard for his play.
Not that much. Like he took Tainted Pact on the Dix 3 times, so now I believe he had Dance of the Dead in hand. So now can he combo for what is he getting? Like he's thinking on the Cyclonic Trick. So I don't think he can go easily for the combo, or he wouldn't think about that kind of card.
So it's a perfect tutor in idiot, right?
It is. If you don't play, you have to be careful about the basics, and also because you only play one of each card.
Yeah,
sometimes
they're exiled forever.
Yes. So, for example, it cannot really Tainted Pact for Intuition. Intuition have been so great last game, and tutoring for it would have been great in his spot, but he cannot really do that because unless he's very lucky and finds it before he exiles the cards that he wants to get. But yeah.
Oops. Yeah, it looks like we have some stream problem from everybody.
Can you hear us or?
So some people can only hear us. It's been a few minutes. I will relaunch the stream because it's pretty annoying. Essaie de suivre. Yeah. So.